filled with dread.
Jacques, light my path through this madness.
It is best to never speak of dragons, lest they show up. This, Maik has learned. The moons do not exist. This explains why no one has been there, yes?
Ah, yes. Another traveler not of the Khajiit. I hope you fare better than the people of Elsweyr have of late. By chance, would you care to know more about my kind, the Alfiq? I am happy to share, if only to prevent further misunderstandings. Excellent! I appreciate curiosity in others. Though diminutive compared to our fellow Khajiit, do not underestimate us, yes? Many of us are masters of spells, so please do not attempt to treat us as house cats. We resent that.
Another traveler, eh? Perhaps Raifi can provide you with knowledge that helps further your understanding of the Khajiit. As a Dagirat Khajiit, this one thinks you should know more about us. Under the bright moons, we jump and dance among the tree limbs of our home. In darker times, we use our cunning and magical arts. Yes, that is a good start. As with anything, most, but not all. And yes, start. We are varied, even as your kind is, and generalities close your mind. Also, we prefer to watch from afar before acting. When you do see us, we've likely been observing you for a while. Wonderful question. Yes, it is, and it is up to you to apply it as such. Perhaps that is enough information to ponder for now, yes? All of it is a good start, a basis to draw upon. Now keep an open mind and make your own observations, yes?
I have a potential surprise for you. I speak your language. And... oh, very well. You are no fun. But if you want to know more about Sentrat, I'll still talk to you about them. Oh, yes, I am. And you would not believe how many people are surprised when one of us speaks. Speaks a language, not yowls. Normally, we speak Tagra. But we can understand other languages. And sometimes choose to join in on conversations. Oh, one of those, eh? Yes, we can choose to allow people to ride us. Choose, though. It's a choice. Don't assume, as Raifi would say, but with more words. Any other questions? You mean talk like you do, right? You know, I don't think I want to answer that question. Perhaps go find out for yourself. It's more fun.
Yeah, I see you there sizing me up. Never seen a Pomerat before. Oh, wait. You're going to ask me questions now, aren't you? Go ahead. Far be it for me to deny you your questions. To a point. Knowledge leads to victory, I guess. Raifi here would tell you that generalities are only starting points to a larger discussion. Since I don't want a larger discussion, here's what you get. Pomerat are stronger than other Khajiit. We fight. You'd actually believe me if I told you yes? Ha! But sure, we're known for our fighting and our endurance. We're often chosen to work as bodyguards and warriors. Many of us also know military tactics too. Just ask. But not me, and not now.
Greetings! It is good to see another traveler. Please, come join us for a few moments. We would love the company. Eclectic, eh? Perhaps we are a strange group, but we are first and foremost chosen family. The best kind of family, of course. Greetings! Oh, we fell in together after various, well, troublesome incidents that I don't wish to go into right now. Too recent. Maybe after a few years. Instead, ask us questions about other things. Ah, yes! An idea. You can ask each of us about their kind. Yes! It is a great opportunity to learn more about the Khajiit. I am Katherat. Mojzin, the small one, is Alfik. Sharjo is Pamarat. Then there's Pajmina, the Senchrat, and Raifi, the Dagerat. And don't mind Sharjo. He'll warm up to you.
Perhaps a direct... You wouldn't happen to be traveling to the town of Hakershay, would you? I'm investigating a rumor about the town's leader, Magnate Faina Darhak. Word has it that she's a descendant of the Akaviri potentate. A rather curious rumor, given that the potentate's bloodline should have been wiped out over a century ago. It's a personal matter pertaining to my grandfather's legacy. Painful as it is to say, my family's reputation depends on proving this rumor false. You wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would you? I could use a lending hand. Why don't you begin by speaking to the lady in question? The magnate should be in the town square. Strike up a conversation and see what she reveals. In the meantime, I'll begin my own investigation. See what I can dig up. Hakershay was built after the fall of the Akaviri potentate. It's been... let's see now. A little over 100 years now? Yes, right around that. The town was founded by the Akaviri refugees who fled during that time. The Akaviri come from the land of Akavir, a continent east of Tamriel. They first invaded Tamriel in the First Era, but were ultimately convinced to join the Empire. Hakershay is populated by their descendants. Yes, the Akaviri took the fall of the potentate as a rather obvious sign that they were no longer welcomed in Cyrodiil. Many of them fled to Elsweyr. Hackoshe is but one of the settlements that was founded. I suppose that's a matter of perspective.
This one used to like fowl, but after he turned, their blood seemed thin as gruel. I never want to see that tomb again, not even to hide from the sun.
Don't kill everyone. Herd some to the ossuary.
Why not say Forcrest ours again? We left it a ghost town.
They took us. They need to eat us. I saw them take the key across the bridge. Please, find and free us.
Too long.
How did he go so long?
Good work, Walker. Keep searching, and put that key to good use. I'll catch up after I've led this one to safety.
The clan mother was a fool to keep us locked away for so long.
Finally, we feast on the rich blood. Their blood seemed thinner.
No, please. A taste of swill and skooma, I swear. Watch out! There's more!
Why not make Orcus ours?
More of them! Don't get eaten!
Two things. We should make
Merciful moons! I think that's the last of them.
Close call. Don't worry. This one will be safe with me.
It's been too long since we tasted life.
I never want to see that tomb again. Not even to hide from this art.
This one used to like fun, but after he turned...
Why not make Orcrest ours again? We left it a ghost town.
Don't kill everyone. Have some to get ready.
Khajiit treated no better than animals. Shameful. You go on. I'll watch over them. They can live.
Taste of hot blood. How'd we go so long
Rakasha,
without it?
I warned you retribution would come to you if you hunted Khajiit as prey. Step down, and our clan might yet be redeemed.
It's you who let this hunter do our den, Yushia, not me. Unlike our clan mother, I am prepared for our enemies. Hunt me if you dare.
Rakasha! Rakasha! There's no going back for him. Neither Rakaja nor the Tenar Zalvit clan. Their only care now is the taste of the blood on their tongues. There's only one way this ends now. With Rakaja buried in this tomb, killing him won't bring my clan back. But making an example of him may teach the Tenar Zalvit to feed with more restraint. I don't believe Rakasha will give you any other choice. It's a lot to ask of you, but the lives we've saved will be a small fraction of those lost if he is not deposed. You are five-clawed, Walker. Now's the time.
I never want to see that tomb again. Not even to hide from the sun.
We should leave the Weeping Scar. Take over somewhere.
I look forward to tasting hearty blood. Die with my pride!
You damned fool. Come, we should get back to the caravan survivors. This way. You did what I could not, Walker. Rakasha is gone, and his misguided beliefs along with him. I only wish the lesson hadn't come at so great a price. These caravanners will spread the word of my clan. Others will come to hunt them down. What's left of the Tanars Alvit will either recall our clan mother's wisdom to flee and survive, or suffer Rakasha's fate. This is the end of us, Walker. You've seen what remains of my clan. They carry my bloodline, but they are no longer my kin. There may come a time when the Tanars Alvit can return to what they once were, when our name and clan home are far from memory. There's nothing left for me here. We couldn't save my clan from doom, but I am grateful for all you've done, as are the caravanners. They've scrounged this up as thanks. Soon, the Weeping Scar's tears will have run dry, much like my own. Neither the dead nor I will have rest while the one responsible for this still lives. I will hunt down the orc who desecrated our home and brought ruin to my clan. I know the scent of death all too well. His necromancers will not be so hard to find. Tell me what you know of this orc. Necromancers? And dragons? Already Yushiha misses her quiet life of seclusion. It seems her enemies are numerous, but she is patient. Time is on her side. It has been a long time since Yushiha walked among her living cousins. There was no mane or speaker when she last drew breath, but Yushiha hopes they will see past her condition. She is certain she will barely recognize the kingdoms of her kin. And you as well, Walker. I hope we cross paths again, under better circumstances.
We lost more than half our number. It will take a while for the caravan to recover. Smuggling supplies and correspondence out from under the Dung Queen's cankerous nose. This is not the route we normally take, but we feared Eurexia's agents were in pursuit this time. We expect the vampires took our beasts of burden, and more than half our number. Khajiit have no choice but to leave the wagons behind. We'll take what we can carry and continue on to the Stitches. If the Loyalists want the rest, they can send soldiers. Yushiha offered to guide us there safely. It's odd to put our trust in a vampire, especially now. Others still to owe her our lives, yes? Khajiit regret that we had so little left to offer you both as thanks.
been able to sleep all week. Please, can't you do something?
Of course. I'll have the town guards investigate tonight.
Thank you, Magnate Feynadarak.
And who do we have here? Welcome to the town of Hakoshey. I must say it is not often I see a new face. Have you perhaps come to take part in our festival? The Proving Festival, yes. Through a series of trials, the people of Hakoshey must prove themselves to their ancestors. We do so by completing 3 trials, otherwise known as the 3 proofs. First, the proof of reference calls on our ancestors to witness our deeds. Second, the proof of strength displays our might and bravery. Lastly, the proof of wisdom tests our knowledge and wit. Through these trials, we show our worth. Of course, I'm sure you too have ancestors you wish to honor. First, you must speak with Domitia Nasica. You'll find her just by the river. Listen well to her words, for she will guide you through your first trial. Let me know if you have any other questions. I realize that Hakoshey can be quite the curiosity for travelers such as yourself. Nothing to worry about. Domitia just hasn't been sleeping well. She believes there's something prowling around her house at night. I suspect it to be just bad dreams. Of course, I'd never dismiss a citizen who seeks my aid. Having the town guards investigate will help ease Domitia's fears. That alone may be enough to stop her nightmares. And if the dreams continue, I'll make sure she's seen by a healer. Though Hakoshey is known for its Akaviri ancestry, the truth is that our imperial bloodline runs far richer. Still, we honor our Akaviri ancestors by maintaining some of their customs. The Proving Festival is a shining example of that. I hold the title of Magnate, though I have no emperor who supports me. Still, my family has led Hakoshey since its founding and chose to take the title to reflect that role. It has been my honor to lead this town for over 10 years now. Because it was our family who founded it. My ancestors wished to create a place of safety and peace, where Akaviri traditions could continue to be passed down and honored. A goal I still strive to respect to this day. Yes, as is my family's tradition. We tend to keep closer to our Akaviri heritage than most. I even speak a little of the language, though I suspect my accent is quite atrocious.
You're that traveler I saw earlier. Do you need something? Truly, that was certainly nice of her. Your first step is to complete the proof of reverence. This trial allows us to call upon our ancestors to watch over us, as we prove ourselves worthy of their name. With this paper lotus, write the names of your honored ancestors on its petals, and place the lotus in the river. This will allow it to float into the afterlife. Think of it like a calling card, a way to get your ancestors to pay attention. Return to me when you've completed your task. Oh, and feel free to ask any questions you may have. This is Hakoshey's first Proving Festival in over a century, after all. I'm sure you're just as curious as everyone else. Before we can prove ourselves to our ancestors, we must first get their attention. The paper lotus acts as a ceremonial letter of sorts. By placing it into the river, we allow it to be carried into the realm of the dead. Yes, it is. The Akaviri believe that all waterways connect the realms of the living and dead. There are many folktales about boats being lost in heavy fog, and landing on shores filled with restless spirits. I used to, when I was little. Whenever I would go jump in a puddle, my mother would yell, "Stop that! You'll fall right into the afterlife." Truthfully, though, She just didn't want my dress to get muddy. Excited, of course. Honestly, I'm shocked we gave up the tradition in the first place. No one even remembered the festival existed until the magnate found an old record about it. Our town doesn't have much wealth or power, but we do take pride in our ancestry. Learning about our Akaviri culture and celebrating it is important to us. And the Proving Festival is the perfect way to do just that. Before we can prove ourselves to our ancestors, we must first get their attention. The Paper Lotus Act. Through this proof, you have shown reverence. Well done. Next is the proof of strength. You'll need to... I'm sorry. I'm just so tired today. There's been a lot of strange noises at night lately, and I haven't slept very well. You overheard that? Ah, well, yes. I've started hearing noises at night. Heavy breathing, uneven footsteps that seem to shuffle about. At first I thought I was dreaming it all, but now I am not too sure. I don't, though the magnate has promised to send a patrol out tonight. Hopefully they'll find whatever it is. But you've got a proof to complete. Head over to Vectrasi for your next task. He's just a little ways west of here, right up the hill. Good luck with the proof of strength, and let me know if you need anything.
What can I do for you, traveler? You wish to prove yourself before your ancestors. Very well. To the north lies a cave wherein beautiful sugar daisies grow. Bring me one, and you will have proved your strength. Ah, didn't I mention the cave also happens to be a Sench lion lair, and I doubt the beasts will be particularly fond of your intrusion. Best of luck, traveler. Make sure to keep your senses about you. Sench lions aren't beasts to take lightly.
Fortune favor you, my friend. Until next time.
have the look of victory about you. Tell me, were you successful? Most impressive. I'd say you've certainly made your ancestors proud. Good thing, too. Wouldn't want any unhappy spirits mucking about Hakkoshe. They'd bring all sorts of misfortune. Quite right. It's part of why honoring our ancestors is so important. Happy ancestors gift their descendants with good fortune. Wrathful ancestors, well, they do just the opposite. They curse us with misery, desolation, even death. Yes, death. Of course, you'd need to perform a great dishonor for such a punishment. Not that you have to worry about that. You've proven both your reverence and strength. Now, it's time to test your wit. Head to the town square and speak to Valoria. Don't dawdle now. The proof of wisdom awaits you back in Hakkoshe. The Akaviri have always placed a great emphasis on martial prowess. The proof of strength shows our ancestors that we remain strong and are prepared to face any danger that may befall us. The greatest. Akaviri warriors are known for both their might and magic. It was only because of their aid that General Riemann was able to pacify all of Tamriel under his rule. Why, it was Akaviri who founded the Dragon Guard. Proud warriors who formed the Dragonborn Riemann's personal guard. Unfortunately, they seem to have disbanded after the Akaviri potentate fell. I still think they're around, though, waiting for their moment to return.
Hakkoshe used to be a lot more closed off to strangers when we were first founded. Though after the fall of the potentate, it makes sense that the town would be on edge. Luckily for travelers like you, we've opened up quite a bit since then.
Hail and all that!
Did you know that it was the potentate Vvardenfell who sanctioned the Guilds Act? If not for him, we wouldn't have the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, and so many others. The Akaviri gave so much to Tamriel, with so little given in return.
Why, if it isn't our town's mysterious stranger? Magnet Fena Derak told me all about your participation. Have you completed the first 2 proofs? Excellent, excellent. Then you are ready for the proof of wisdom. I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I? Of course. What better way to show your wisdom? The riddle describes one of the items on this table. Choose the correct item and bring it to me. Only then will you pass the trial. Best of luck, dear. And if you have any questions, feel free. Best of luck, dear. returned. No, that's not correct. You've returned. Yes, that is indeed the answer. Oh, I'm just so happy you guessed correctly. I was a little worried my riddle was too obscure. I had hoped Magnate Fena Darroch would provide a riddle, but she's had her hands full with the festival. Poor thing. She just has a lot riding on her shoulders. We're all seeking to honor our ancestors, but the Magnate's ancestors are a bit, harder to live up to. I'm sure it's created a good deal of stress. May your ancestors be pleased by your actions, traveler. Throughout Akaviri history, the proof of wisdom has been performed in a number of ways. Scholars draft grand essays, writers compose ornate poems, philosophers perform lengthy debates. But for Hakushe, we went with riddles. The people of Hakushe are simple folk, and our great scholars are few and far between. A modest trial keeps morale up, while still honoring our ancestors. However, we did get a few essay submissions for the Magnate to review. Of course, just like the rest of her family. Every Akaviri text we have is safely contained within the Magnate's home, and she makes sure to study them. Even teaches the young ones a bit of the language.
Enjoy. I'm sure you've heard a great deal about Akaviri culture today, but tell me, did you learn anything about the Magnate herself? Everything you've learned seems to support the rumor. A descendant of the Potentate would certainly be given such privileges. However, my investigation calls for more concrete proof. A document would be best. I've made some inquiries of my own. It seems that Magnate Fena Darroch has quite a few records in the cellar of her home. We'll need to break in and search her documents. We need a key, and I'm positive the captain of the guard carries one. If you would do me the kindness of chatting him up for a bit, I'll do my best to obtain the key. Should all go well, we'll be in and out before anyone notices. Very well. Let's get moving then. Hakushe was built after the fall of the Potentate Vvardenfell began his political career as advisor to Emperor Riemann III. When the Emperor was assassinated, the Potentate stepped up as Cyrodiil's leader. Very fortunate for Vvardenfell, of course. He was Emperor in all but name. So goes the rumors, though nothing was ever proven. Unsurprisingly, an Akaviri on the Ruby Throne created conflict. The Potentate was eventually assassinated himself. A few decades later, his heir was similarly slain. The Morag Tong, of course. Who else would be so competent? Following the death of Potentate Severian Torak and his heirs, a large number of Akaviri and their followers left Cyrodiil. Many wound up here in Elsweyr.
Greetings. Say, aren't you the traveler who joined the Proving Festival? Are you now? Well, that's certainly an impressive feat. Honestly, this whole affair has been nerve-wracking for me. I'm not too keen on dishonoring my ancestors. Who knows what misfortune would befall me? To be honest, barely. The first two proofs were easy enough. Threw a paper lotus in the river, grabbed a sugar daisy for Vecdrasi. But that last proof, well, it stumped me. Couldn't for the life of me figure out the riddle. I'll admit it, I had a little help. Magnate Fena Darroch gave me a hint. She's a gracious lady, our Magnate. Always helping out folks in need. I'm not sure how Hakushe would fare without her.
Glad you could make it. Quickly now, let's head inside. Well, that's certainly odd. There must be something here to take down that barrier. I'm willing to bet those tablets would fit rather nicely into these sockets on the floor. Well, that certainly wasn't right. Care to try again? Looks like that did it. Let's head in. The magnate left a letter on her desk. Interesting, don't you think? Seems this letter confirms that the magnate is descended from the potentate. What a pity.
Just what are you two doing here? Get out at once!
Traitor! How dare you claim to be of my blood?
What? What's happening? Please, no!
Vegetal. Well, it seems we've confirmed that Faina Darak is a descendant of the potentate. Just in time for her to be whisked away by some vengeful spirit. Just my luck. Isn't that part of the Akaviri's beliefs? Disrespect your ancestors and they'll have their revenge. And given the spirit's armor, he was definitely Akaviri. Huh. Makes me wonder what the magnate did to deserve such a fate. I'm not sure, but it's as good a guess as any. Given the turn of events, we'd best go after them. Perhaps the local tombs? If I know ghosts, they don't often wander far from their graves. Some Akaviri is so upset with the magnate that he's returned from the dead. And if I'm to see this investigation through to the end, I need to learn why. Let's head to the tombs. It's just east of the town square. Can't miss it. glad you could make it. I see them, just up ahead.
Still you hunt me, assassin scum? Was my death not enough?
This disappearing act is getting very old, very fast. He seems to think that I was the Mer who assassinated him. Could be a simple case of mistaken identity. After all, my mother always did tell me I bear a striking resemblance to my grandfather, Methistara. As a member of the Morag Tong, my grandfather executed a great number of people. But, given the location and the armor the spirit wears, let's move ahead. I have a feeling we'll get our answers soon enough. Best if we split up and go our separate ways. Proconsul Balorin Kai, I presume?
Very good, assassin scum. You and your companion have been most insistent. Come, let us speak. Vvardenfell has called my spirit to judge her. By her quill, my name was written. By her hands, the paper lotus placed. And so I have come to punish her wickedness. And yet you try to stop me. Who are you to deny me my revenge? When I escaped Cyrodiil, I had but one man to protect me. Someone I placed my utmost faith in, my utmost trust. Lieutenant Line Bardwick. But when it came time to guard me from my Morag Tong assassin, my protector fled. Yes, though not before I was able to inflict a mortal wound myself. Both I and my assassin died that day, but not Line Bardwick. He looted my corpse and claimed my name. It was he who founded Hakkoshe, not I. Her family continued to spread the lies of my betrayer. For centuries, they have proclaimed themselves nobility, but all they have inherited is lies. She must renounce her title and tell her people the truth. Only then will I be content. Go then, and convince Vvardenfell to speak the truth. Only that will save her. The Proving Festival is a time for the Akaviri people to commune with their ancestors. Not only does it allow the dead to view the living world, it also invites us to cross over. Vvardenfell called me to judge her. I have come to do so. And so I did not kill her, as I attempted to kill Line Bardwick when first this festival was held. My lieutenant also summoned me by our ancient rites, though he did not realize this. I was compelled to cross over and judge his wicked ways. Line Bardwick was a strong mage in his own right. He cast me away. For centuries I have waited for another Proving Festival, but I suspect that Line Bardwick took precautions against my return. But now, at last, the truth can be revealed.
I can't believe it. The founder of Hakkoshe, my ancestor, he lied? You don't understand. To admit such a horrid truth wouldn't just dishonor me. It would dishonor my entire family. All of my ancestors, who have done such great things for Hakkoshe, they'll all be disgraced. How can I do that? No. I don't want to keep lying. The citizens of Hakkoshe deserve nothing but my complete honesty, even if it comes at the cost of my family's reputation. I'll do it. Ancestors, forgive me, but I'll tell everyone the truth.
I'll be watching, Vvardenfell, waiting for you to speak the truth.
I'll keep my word.
Well, seems like it's time to get going then. I'll meet you in the town square. It seems my investigation has come to an end. The rumor was false, my family name is cleared, and no one even needed to be executed. A happy ending all around, wouldn't you say? The Morag tongue isn't one to leave loose threads, even one that's been dangling for over a century. Luckily for Faina Darak, my grandfather was able to complete his writ. Here, a reward for services rendered. Now, despite our daring rescue, I'm certain the Magnate doesn't want a member of the Morag tongue hanging about. Though it does look like she's about to make her big announcement, doesn't it? Well, perhaps I'll stick around long enough to watch. If I had to. Now, if I had to. My preference was always to prove this rumor false, of course. Still, a writ is a writ. If my grandfather failed to do his duty, then I would have done it for him. Simple. My grandfather was following a writ which called for the death of Potentate Severian Shorak and all his heirs. Had Fedarak been a descendant of the proconsul, her execution would also fall under this writ. Naturally. I'll let the Morag Tong know your feelings soon as I'm back in Morrowind. I'm sure they're just dying to hear your opinion. The Morag Tong is an organization of assassins. Agents are assigned writs of execution, perform said executions, and then go along the merry way. That's the long and short of it in any case. I'd ask you not to compare us to those lunatics. Our practices, morbid as they may seem, are perfectly legal and keeping with dark elf traditions. I kill only who I am sanctioned to kill. If I had to, my preference...
My family has long claimed to be descended from the Potentate. But this is not the truth. The man who founded the town, my ancestor, was a traitor. He betrayed Proconsul Beloran Kai and stole his name. My family's legacy is only a lie. I revoke my title as Magnate. And should you decide it, I will leave Hakoshé forever. This dishonor is mine to bear, and I accept it.
No! We still want you to be our Magnate!
You're an honorable woman, Faina Darak.
You deserve to lead this town.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Finally, I am a...
Yeah!